from Jakarta, Indonesia.
Ukraine Pentagon leaks, Press Freedom Cameroon threats, Xi and Macron tea ceremony.
MLINE Top 3 Updates powered by VOA, Voice of America.
Leaked Western documents with information about the war in Ukraine appear to have been doctored by Russia to minimize their own losses and exaggerate Ukraine's.
Photographs of English language documents bearing secret classification markings appeared on Twitter in recent days. Analysts say the documents appear to be real, but the information in them was doctored before being released via social media.
It's a leak, of course, from which the ears of Russian propaganda and special services can be seen, mainly because of the number of losses, which is absolutely ridiculous, 17,000 Russians and 75,000 Ukrainians. This mistake exposes them completely and shows that the main reason of this was to convince the Russian public that only 17,000 soldiers died.
The classified documents detail American and NATO efforts to build up Ukrainian forces ahead of a planned spring offensive. They contained information on weapons deliveries from the West, as well as the training and readiness of Ukrainian troops. The documents do not discuss actual field strategies and are 5 weeks old, providing more of a snapshot in time than a battle plan, analysts say. Analysts also say the edited leak was meant to make Russians and the world believe that the relationship between Ukraine and its Western partners is weak. Not so, says Ukraine.
We have very constructive cooperation with our partners. Partners understand exactly what, how, and at what stage we are. Because it is essential, we must be in sync to receive specific tools for certain stages of the war. The partners must understand why, in what quantity, and what tools we need at different stages of the war. We inform our partners on all aspects.
Analysts say it's hard to measure the impact of the document's release on short-term fighting in Ukraine. Laurel Bowman, VOA News, Washington.
The killing of Cameroonian journalist Martinez Zogo earlier this year brought into focus the threat of the media face. VOA's Jackson Munganyi and also Salim Solomon have the story.
Haman Mana, publisher of the Cameroonian daily newspaper Le Jour, is haunted by his last conversation with friend and fellow journalist Martinez Zogo.
He said he's scared about to be killed.
Yeah. He was worried for his life.
He was worried for his life. And he told me, when they will kill me, they will kill you too.
Zogo, managing director of radio station Amplitude FM, had been receiving death threats for several weeks. On January 17, Zogo sensed he was being followed and headed to a police station hoping for protection. He found none.
The gates were closed. Police would not allow him in, and he was dragged out of the car by 4 hooded men.
On January 22nd, Zogo's naked and mutilated body was found near Seoul, a suburb of capital Yaoundé. Mana said he was so badly disfigured that his wife struggled to identify him. Police arrested several people, including media mogul Jean-Pierre Amogu Belinga, whom Zogo had reported on, and members of Cameroon's DGRE intelligence agency. Known for his connections to the cabinet of longtime President Paul Biya, Belinga rose to prominence in the 1990s. Since Zogo's killing, investigative reporters have looked into allegations that Belinga used his own media empire to promote his interests and threaten critics. Now he is charged with complicity in Zogo's torture. Belinga's lawyer has denied the charges and says the arrest is unlawful. A bail hearing is expected later this month. But even with swift arrests, the killing reflects a wider concern over press freedom in Cameroon, with journalists facing harassment, arrest, and intimidation. Members of Zogo's family, too, say they are being threatened. Quintal says acts of violence against journalists are intended to silence the press.
We need to ensure that there's some sort of accountability and that those who have killed him are held to account. Because unfortunately, when you silence a journalist for good, but you also silence others around who are scared.
As police investigate Zogo's killing, advocates are pressing to ensure justice for the journalist and protection for his family. Salam Solomon with Jackson Mvunganyi, VOA News.
Chinese President Xi Jinping and French President Emmanuel Macron attend a tea ceremony at the Guangdong Province Governor's residence. Macron flew to the southern city of Guangzhou of his 3-day visits to China.
现在它的发展呢，主要还是我说的领头羊的作用，不仅是它的总量大、速度快，而是要发展高质量发展，就是我们的新兴产业、高端技术要在这里大发展。
The Voice of America, VOA.
Please welcome to the stage, Curly!
Thank you for visiting MLINE Top 3 Updates powered by VOA Voice of America. Until next time, I'll be seeing you soon. My name is Mirzawardana.
That's okay.